Did you like me from the very beginning or not really? And be honest.
Oh, we're being honest. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast with strong opinions about things that we may or may not know too much about in order to broaden perspectives. Today, we have a whole bunch of broadening to do. Hey, remember, whatever we talk about today, we ain't trying to change your mind. Just broaden your perspectives. We're going to talk some shh. We got the new worm with us right here. The new host.
I should have worn a mask.
You wear a mask. What are you doing? You know the rules.
Oh, shit.
The digital COVID. And we just got canceled. No, kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we have two H2Fers, a very special guest. And I don't mean that just because he's a guest on the podcast. I really mean he's special because he's one of my closest friends. He's actually one of the few friends that still stick around for whatever reason. Victor Villarreal.
Woo woo woo! I feel like you should have inserted the Oak Cliff. That's my hood song right there.
I'll do it, man. That's for the editing work.
Oak Cliff, yeah, that's my hood. Yeah, put it in his face, get that shit understood. Yeah.
I feel like I should play it on a kazoo or something, and then we'll just send it to you.
Oh, you can.
I'm not gifted like that.
Dang it, dude. You got my. Never mind. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. We'll see you guys. No, you know what? Let's sit back, buckle up, and let's go. Too hard, too fast. Boom. That's usually when worm goes boom.
Oh, boo.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast. Is being gay a choice?
Oh! Trigger warning.
Yes, it is.
I like that one.
The podcast of the century.
Right.
All right. We met in college. You were younger than me, and I want to say the story when I first met you, but I want you to tell me the story that you remember first meeting me first.
Man, I knew this was gonna be an issue from the beginning. From the beginning.
From the beginning. Wait,
From the beginning.
we haven't even talked about. See, this is why I need a little bit of warm with because his first question is like, "What are you drinking?"
Yeah. Hey. So, don't cover my Chicano accent.
I'm not. I thought you were just drunk already. Like we still got Tuesday and Thursday to go.
Yeah, it's my list, man. I wear it with pride.
Your list?
Lisp.
Oh, bájale. No me grites.
Man.
What are you drinking before we get into like the thick of it?
I'm actually drinking, this is El Chingon. This is from Four Corner Brewery. Yeah, Four Corner Brewery here in Dallas, Texas. They've been around since 2012. This is an IPA actually. If you're into hop, very hoppy, make you happy. No, it's really good.
What's the alcohol content?
This is 7.3, I believe.
You believe it says on the can? I say like I don't know that.
Yeah, hey. Ya no miro, no. No, it's 7.3.
7.3. I think it's about $9.99 a six pack. So the label, I want a rating, a review, a 2H2F review with the label. Does it catch your eye? The price point versus the alcohol content and the taste, and can you finish a whole six pack? 1.0 to 2.
I'm gonna give it a good 1.7 actually.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, it's as far as design goes, it caught my eye because they're very illustrative with the cans. They're very Loteria inspired in design. So that instantly catches my eye because, I support everything La Raza does. And the price wasn't bad at all. I actually had it go puffed. So
What does that mean? I don't know what that is.
oh, go puff is like Uber Eats, but you can buy alcohol.
Oh, nice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm too poor for that stuff.
Oh, no choices. No, it was really good. Price is not bad, and the taste is really good. This is one of their hoppier ones. They have one that's like double hoppy, and it's called El Más Chingon. This is just El Chingon because I was like, let me just give them a little bit, not a lot. And
awesome.
So it's good.
I've never heard of El Mas. I've never seen it. I would love to have El Mas Chingon.
Yeah, if you come down here, I'll take you. They have
You mean come up?
tours. Oh, everything to Texas is come down.
Do you need a map? Where is it?
Hey, I have la águila aquí para protegerme.
With a little bit of lonjas.
Yeah. It's the same one that guided the Indians to Tenochtitlan.
Yeah. This one is the same one, but it has a little bit of Rona weight to it.
Yeah, so does mine. They caught it in the air.
The 1.7, and I see. What was I gonna say? You should support everything. I don't know if I'm gonna blow up Four Corners right now, but is Four Corners Raza owned?
You know what? I do not know if the Raza owned.
Dang, maybe somebody in the comments or somewhere can tell us.
Yeah.
But this is too hard, too fast, and we don't check back. So.
But I could definitely finish a 6-pack. I'm 2 in. So.
Gonna finish you before you finish the 6.
Hey, we were in the same school. We're good.
All right, so you told me you were gonna bring cheap beer with you. So I brought some cheap beer. It's a Michelob Ultra. It's actually a seltzer, but it's one of those, cheaper style. You can get for $9.99. You can probably get a 12-pack. This is actually I saw, and here's how I don't know what the word is, but how real I kept it. I bought this at a gas station. When it caught my eye, I was like, I don't really want to drink too much beer today, but I want something to bring on the podcast that's new. And I caught my eye because it's in green, obviously, versus the blue that it usually has. And then it said organic. And I was like, aye.
Aye, because we're watching our weight.
Yeah, right. I had to keep my womanly figure. Oh, the issue with it, it's only 4% alcohol. So, it's not really a too hard, too fast kind of drink. But it's a tall boy. Yeah. Organic seltzer, cucumber, lime, Michelob Ultra, opening it for the first time. Ooh.
Oh, that's a good sound.
It's a good sound. That's that too hard, too fast sound right there.
That's a good sound.
Ooh, that's not a good sign. Oh.
Is it like a Topo Chico?
Huh?
Is it like a Topo Chico? Is it like a Topo Chico?
No, I love Topo Chico, dude. This is I don't know what this is. Maybe it's the organic. I don't know if it's the organic hitting me in the face or it's the cucumber.
Yeah. Organic tends to do that.
Or that artificial uppercut that it's giving me.
Yeah, it's the sandalwood.
What? What's sandalwood?
Everything organic. They have sandalwood.
Pinche chancla in the face. Hey, cabrón, you paid $3 for this.
Sandalwood?
Dude, I paid $3 for this tall boy. Man, 4%, 1.2. 1.2. It's very low. Sorry, Michelob. Hey, Michelob is one of my favorites. I like to just drink, but no, I would just stick to regular Michelob.
Yeah. That lime cactus one is pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I've always seen it, but I never gone for it.
Yeah, but I'm Mexican. I gotta put the chamoy and all that.
And lemon, like chamoy and lemon.
Man, I make the whole batch, the tamarindo chamoy sauce, and dress
And the
it up
tajin.
and everything. My tongue's all cut by the end of the night.
The top of your
Yeah, it's right.
paper.
I don't even feel it's all numb. Drinking.
You know how to fix this? You know how to fix this? You gotta put
Tequila?
some vodka with it. I might do that later.
I was actually gonna make a mixed drink, but I was like, that's too much drama.
Dude, then you don't watch our stuff or what?
Hey, it's because I drink sweet tea, but I brew my own tea.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't buy the powder tea, because I'm bougie like that.
But do you use faucet water?
Yeah, duh. I'm from Oak Cliff.
Oh, good.
That's my hood.
Oh,
I
yeah.
put straight from the manguera. Get that nice earth taste.
Get all those
All
minerals.
those minerals, all those nutrients.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? Jennifer, my wife, she like doesn't do any don't drink the faucet water, don't. She's looking at me right now. This is why I didn't want her in front of me, because she's looking at me like.
I can see her reflection.
I was like bringing the cap down, like don't look at me while I tell the story. Okay, so like don't drink the faucet water. Be careful. I don't even like giving it to the dogs. Like all this nonsense that you're not supposed to do with the faucet water because the faucet water is bad. But hey, let's make a lemonade, make some tea. What do we use? The faucet water. Use your faucet water. and like nothing, just like
it gives it a taste
when you mix the other stuff with it.
It gives it. I'm not gonna waste my bottle of water on tea and lemonade.
I know. Well, you know how we had this snort. I was gonna say snort storm.
Oh yeah, the snort storm.
We'll get into that later, Victor. We'll get into that later. When we had the snowstorm, we didn't have water, and then it was like boil notice, like you have to boil your water. But the dogs needed water, and I went to the store, and the only thing that was there was like $20 water. Like,
oh yeah,
I paid $20 for like little whatever. And I come, yeah, I don't know what it was, but I don't even know what it's called. But anyways, I turn the corner, and what is Jen doing? Pouring it onto the dog's bowl. I'm like, no, that's $20 water. Boil water for them. Only the best for my dogs.
Yeah, they get the snow water.
Yeah, right. Go melt some snow. So they were drinking some good this whole time.
Now they don't even want to drink
water than the humans. My son was like, Mom, can I get some more water, please?
Yeah. No, they're for the dogs only.
Sorry, I give the last to the dogs.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to the question when we met. I want to know when we met. Because, okay.
Yeah. I believe I met you. I met you my freshman year, I believe. And we all collectively lived in St. Anne's. Can we say the name?
Yeah, man, throw it out. Orlando the Lake. St. Anne's. It was a dry dorm. It was the wettest dry dorm I ever known.
Yeah. Hey, Oludillo's in the house.
or Olu dildos that we fully know.
All the saints are gonna come out and be mad.
Dude, I've tagged like Olu every time we've mentioned Olu, even like good stuff about Olu. I've tagged them and all on social media. Never once, not even a like or anything. But now that we're talking.
Hey, let me show them the email. I'm a contributor to their alumni association.
Well,
I pay money.
We even had Steve, and Steve works for Olu. Not even got the boom. I was like, just give me the one heart. But
yeah.
Now that we're talking mess, I bet we're gonna get some kind of attention. Maybe they're mad. Maybe they're mad because like when they do their hey, yeah, like that. Like, can you donate blah blah for like scholarships? Like, oh man, you know what? Yeah. George died. See you later.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna charge you an $85,000 fee because
yeah,
to ship the transaction.
He's still trying to pay his debts.
Yeah. Hey, hit up Sally Mae.
Yeah, right. She got my money.
She's got my money.
I'm still working at my work study.
I'm at the UAC.
The assessment center. You need a test. You need a test. I got you.
Oh man, that's fun times. No,
You worked
yeah,
at
but
you. That's right. You did.
yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. I remember that's where our most famous party for STE was.
It started. Yes, we just talked about
That's how we got all those coolers.
That's what it was. Yes, I was trying to remember how we got a hold of it because we were
Yeah.
talking about it in that Mary Lou podcast.
Hey,
was like,
I
don't
mean, no. What are they gonna do? Sue me?
yeah, chloroform.
I was coerced.
I was like, can I get in trouble for telling this, like, how we did this?
Yeah,
and
'cause
Warren
I
was
was
like, what are they gonna do? Take your degree away? I hope not.
they're gonna add a fee.
Go ahead and take it. I don't even use it.
Hey, you remember that science fee you didn't pay back in 2007? Time to pay up, man.
Science fee. Yeah, I almost I didn't get to walk because I owed some stupid thing about it in the library, like $5 fine for not returning a book.
Yeah, you owed a DVD.
A DVD. That's what it was. That's what it was. And I was like, I don't even remember. I was like, I don't even go to the library. It would be for a DVD. And that's what it was.
They had a
All
pretty
right,
good
so we
selection.
met in St. Anne's. Like, what is that? What do you that memory look
Yeah,
like?
so
Glorious.
I was like, first of all, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about St. Anne's is the stairs. Because for those of you who don't know St. Anne's,
Which is
Anne's
most
was which is most people. St. Anne's was a small Harry Potter style dorm room.
I don't know Harry
Potter. It had 3 levels, and it had 6 levels of stairways. Like it was double the stairway for each level.
Yeah, that's true.
And I lived on the 3rd floor. I think you were living on the 2nd floor at that time.
Always. I never left the 2nd floor.
And the laundry machine was in the 2nd floor, was located on the 2nd floor. So we would all have to go down to do the laundry there. But we would all have parties on the 2nd floor because it was like a common room. And I believe that's where I first like saw you and kind of met you.
What did I do? Did I acknowledge you?
I don't remember. Also, a lot of that time is blurry for me right now.
Yeah. I think anything.
A lot of yeah.
And St. Nancy were either doing not
Because,
you, but anybody was just like drinking or.
Yeah, because I was friends with Sam, and I knew Sam from the hood over here.
Oh, clip, yeah.
And so he lived there too, and so he was friends with you, and that's how we kind of started jiving or like getting to know each other.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Did you like me from the very beginning or not really? And be honest,
I did.
be completely honest, because I know you hate.
Well, oh, we're being honest.
Why wouldn't
Yeah. No. I actually thought you were really cool. You were like, I know this is gonna sound funny because I just talked about my accent, but I liked your accent.
Ooh.
Because I was so cavalier and just exotic.
Good. I don't even know what cavalier means. So
Yeah, it was so distinguished. It was distinguished to say the least. But yeah, no, you had a good. You've always had a good personality. You've always kind of just been kind of like go with the flow. You know, you don't take yourself too seriously, which is one of the things I've always liked about you.
That's it.
No te creas, eh.
Keep going. I'm totally just like this is the preview that's gonna go on Instagram where you're just complimenting me.
Oh, hey, then in that case, I remember when I was drowning on Lake Elmendor and you threw yourselves and saved me. Yeah. You ran into the park and you saved me from the attack of the ducks.
Everybody was like, there's plenty of Victors already, but this is my Victor.
And you said no. Slow Baywatch run.
George, you can't even swim yourself. How do you think I crossed the...
Yeah. That's the one for that.
I would say honest, like I don't remember meeting you in the dorms.
Yeah.
I almost like, and then don't hate me. You're one of my few friends. I don't even until you mentioned. Hey guys.
Yeah.
Until you mentioned living in St. Anne's, I don't remember that you lived in St. Anne's.
You know what? I don't even blame you because my freshman year, I partied at UTSA all of freshman year.
Yeah. No, but I no, when you said it, it like dawned some memories. Like, oh dang, for real. But I think the more I hung out with you was when we were already living in Centennial.
Yeah.
And I think we would hang out more or yeah, I think so. Like,
Yeah.
but it was more in a calmer state because it wasn't like St. Anne's just party mode. Like, there's all
Yeah.
this stuff going on at one time, and you don't
Yeah, that's
remember.
why I had that roommate from Death, man. He was, hey, if you're hearing this, you sucked as a roommate, man. I'm not even going to say his name.
But don't.
You know who I'm talking about.
I don't actually. Okay,
I'm gonna say one word, and you're gonna probably laugh.
I'll cut it out. No, you can say his name, and I'll cut it out.
I don't remember his name, but if I say he did karate.
Oh, dude, he was from Eagle Pass too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Now I remember. Yeah,
Oh,
you lived in the third floor with him.
Yeah. Third floor. It was
I somehow
me and
remember
him, and were my suite mates. We shared the bathroom.
Okay, I'm totally gonna bleep those names out. But
Yeah.
I remember him also living in the second floor at one point. I think before
Bro.
you got there.
Well, he didn't show up till like 2 months into the first semester. And so I thought I had the whole room to myself. I was like, man, this guy never showed up. So I had already made my room like, because St. Anne's room was literally like a teepee.
Yeah, especially on the third floor. Yeah.
Yeah, and I lived like right at the window that faced the garden. And so my room was like, you walk around like this, like walk around too fast, like
just walking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I'm like Esmeralda.
But yeah, I remember. I remember that because he did live in the second floor, and then he was supposed to come back, and I think he lost that second floor room for some reason. I don't know, maybe because he was late or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I remember that you had that whole room, and then all of a sudden you were like, "Oh, I have to move my stuff."
Yeah, and he didn't even show up like at a respectable hour. Like he showed up at 2 a.m. with all his brothers moving in. I'm like, am I getting robbed? Like,
I feel like we need to stop talking about him because eventually I do have to go back to Eagle Pass and visit.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea if maybe he still lives there.
Yeah, you don't want to know that. You don't want to know that Jet Li smoke.
I don't want any kind of nunchuck action.
Yeah, anyway, you suck, dude. Good luck, George. Hey, you know what? I'll go to Eagle Pass with you. Hey, I'll look at that street light in the middle again.
The street light in the middle.
That one street light. I don't know where you took me that one time we went. We were picking it.
I can't remember. What is it? What have I done with my life that I don't remember a lot of things? You went to Eagle Pass?
This was later on in life. Yeah,
well,
we were like,
I still don't remember. Okay, we'll get to it. But I want to. Yeah. No, tell me now because I'm not gonna.
No, we were gonna go camping, and we were picking up your brother.
Oh, okay. And that was when I was like, hey, were we with the other Victor?
I think he wasn't in the truck with us, but he went that time.
Okay. Oh, okay, now it's I kind of remember.
I think you had just got your truck. I think that's
the big one. Or the little one?
You had just got that truck. I think.
Okay.
Because I was like, whoa.
We're Chingon. No wonder I get it right now.
Yeah, no wonder all of a sudden.
Okay, so let me tell you the story when I first remember meeting you. We were at a book signing for some guy that did a canoe trip from the very top of the Rio Grande all the way down, and I'm with Jen, and we're talking, and I'm trying to talk to her. There's a guy in front of me who's loud, super loud, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, he's so loud, like Chingon. And then I don't know if I bumped into you or if you bumped into me, but you turned out, it was you. And spoiler alert, you were the one in front of me.
Me loud?
Yeah, at the time, you've always had like the hair, but you also had piercings.
Yeah, at that time I had that flock of seagulls hairdo.
Oh, I don't. I always remember you just having like big hair,
Yeah.
like always having a hairdo. But you had like piercings like all over your ears. I don't remember you had anything on your nose or your lips.
Yeah,
But
I had my lip and my nose.
yeah, so you turn around, and the first thing I noticed is that big one going across your ear.
Oh yeah.
And to me, like, even though I've already been exposed to new things and like new cultures, new things that people do, like coming from a small town, and you don't see a lot of that. It's always like raza, like, you're gonna pierce your ear. You want to dress too?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you didn't see a lot of guys with piercings. And even less nose piercings, lip piercings, hair, like big hair. So you turn around and I was like, what the? And I was like, dang, this guy has that. He has these. He has this. It's like, who is this guy? And he's loud. It's like, I don't think I like this guy. And I even said it, and I think you were like apologizing for me bumping into you or something. But all I heard was earring. Hair.
I've always been respectful of my elders.
Yeah. So I like, that's the first real memory I had of you, and I was like, dang, I don't know who this guy is, but I don't think I like him. And I don't remember what I said to you, but then you kind of talked to us for a little bit, and I was like, okay, man. Like, I'm not really, even like when I'm not trying to be rude or like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have like that social aspect of meeting somebody new. Like, when I meet somebody new, I'm like super awkward. I'm just like, stop talking to me.
Yeah, stranger danger.
I don't want no candy. So like, I was like, okay, cool. And then you turned around and kept on. And then after that, I guess we hung out and everything. But the only memory after that I remember is you joining the fraternity or wanting to join. And I was like, dang, I remember this guy. And I guess we must have hung out in St. Anne's. And I'm sorry if we did and I don't remember. Actually, I'm not sorry, dude. We're friends.
We're still friends now. What are you apologizing for? I've been to your house.
I don't know. Like, I was really like thinking about this story. Like, how much.
Oh yeah, the fact that you don't remember me. Now we're cutting the friendship. Gone. No more friends. Hey, but call me because we're gonna go camping.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, I was thinking about this as I was like, I want to tell him this memory and I want to talk about that, but first I want to know where he's coming from, like what's memory. But dang, would he get mad that I only remember this? Like, this is what
you know me. I've always been oversensitive.
Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah, you were doing, and then, but what got me to respect you is that, and okay, I don't know if this is getting too hard too fast, but you were like one of my first real gay friends.
Yes.
Yeah, like I had other gay friends, but we weren't like hanging out, opening up to each other, talking, none of that. There's plenty of other ones that I've had, and even one or two that I didn't know they were until later in life.
Yeah.
Calling you out, and you know who you are.
We all know who you are.
We wanted. We invited you to come on.
Yeah.
So anyway, what I respected me the most is because I very ignorantly was the type of guy to make fun using the word gay. Like, oh no, that's gay. I don't want to do that. That's gay or good, like stuff like that. And one day, one guy who he is a friend, but we hung out, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't the same friendship, right? We're still friends. And sort of. I think. I hope we're still friends. I don't know. Well, he came up to me like really upset. He's like, you know what? You need to stop saying that because it's offensive. Like, just because you think something's lame or boring or whatever, you need to stop saying it's gay because that's not what gay means and that's not what it means to me and that's not what I am. And
Yeah.
at first, I took that very like, hey,
An assault.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, hey, what the heck, man? Like, that's not how I'm coming at you, but whatever. Like, it kind of made me angry, and I was very offensive to the defensive or defensive to the offensive that I was already bringing on. And I think I talked to you at some point and said, hey, how does this feel when I do that? And like, and you told me, it's like, yeah, it's wrong, and it definitely makes a lot of people feel bad, and this is why, and you kind of explained it instead of just attacking me for it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I
dang,
think
okay.
like one of the things that especially in that part of San Antonio or like in San Antonio, and I'm just gonna say Our Lady of the Lake as a collective, we had a lot of different ideology, and especially different Mexicano ideology, like of what different variations of machismo were. And so, yeah, it was offensive because I remember you would say that a lot, but it came to a time where you were like, let me pick which battle I want to battle. You know what I mean? Because I think I've always been open, especially with like you and some of the other fraternity brothers, because before me, not a lot of the fraternity brothers were either out if they were gay, or it just really wasn't like. I feel like I was one of the pioneering gay brothers, but I know there was more before me. And
You opened that closet door for a whole bunch of people.
I came in there and I was like, she's here.
It's okay, guys. I'll lead you in.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I came in with my bow and my sash, and I was like, but because at some point you can't always be defensive, right? As you said, you have to offer a partnership. And I think that's why the relationship between the brothers and some people at Our Lady of the Lake flourished, was because I didn't automatically go to the defensive, but I came more as a, all right, let's talk. Here's the platform. Now let's dialogue. And I think when I was first rushing, what is it? Pledging? Not pledging, rushing.
You can say pledging. Russian is what I don't know if it's more like political.
POC, yeah. The PC term is rushing, but a lot of the brothers, would tell me like, "Oh, it's very like, and they would scare me because I was like, man, I'm a whole queen," and but I think as my time progressed there, and the brothers got to see me and ask me questions, because I often did have that dialogue with other brothers and with you, like where you I wanted to create a space where you felt comfortable asking me questions that maybe you didn't understand, because I know probably before me there was no one in your life that way, or in your life that would answer questions. And I think that's what opens doors and opens possibilities and friendships. And I think that's why we've been friends for such a long time. And the fact that, you're kind of cool.
Thank you. Well, I wanted to say, what I was saying is that during that conversation, like we opened up, just like completely asking questions and all that. And it's like, and you're telling me like, yes, you shouldn't say that or shouldn't use that like that. And then you end with, but you can stop being gay if you want. I'm like, what? We just talked about this whole thing about like, don't use the word like that. You're like, stop being gay. I was like, okay, what? But it made me realize that, like you said, there's some people that are open to that kind of conversation, and some people that are not. And even then, I think nowadays, when we're hanging out, I don't start it off with like saying, "Oh, that's gay," or making fun of it. But it always leads to that. Like I feel like our conversations always lead to just starting talking about the fact or whatever. I don't like or whatever. The jokes come out. And so, and we're comfortable doing that, and I feel comfortable doing that, but at the same time, I know where the line is, for the most part. I think sometimes I try to push that line. But
yeah. I think for the most part, I allow you to push it just because I want to see what you come up with.
And also, I know that you could probably kick my ass as well. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that. Then where do we go from here? Should we just end the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
No. Okay, so let's continue this. Let's continue this gay talk.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Okay, since I don't know, like I said, I told you where I came from, how my upbringing was very much. I don't really know anybody that's gay. I know maybe one or two high school kids that are, a couple that are rumored, but I never really grew up around it. So, and I know at that time it wasn't as easy as it is now. I don't, and I shouldn't say it's easy because it could be still hard. Everybody's living differently. How was it for you growing up? Like that, or I don't know how to ask that question. Even
sure, I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Well, like me. So, for example, like my coming out, I came out in the year 2000. You know, Y2K was happening. Backstreet Boys Millennium was on tour. It was a crazy time. You know, but I grew up in a very strict Catholic upbringing.
Also, by the way, before you get any further, I was an NSYNC fan. No back, like NSYNC was sick for me.
Well, I think this is the end of the podcast.
I'm just gonna say that. And, I was a secret NSYNC fan because
it was gay.
Like, or Backstreet. So I was like, yeah, I don't listen to that nonsense, and then I'll be jamming out on the way home.
No strings attached.
Bye. But I think that was later on in life, right?
Yeah. You were in it.
I was a fan.
Yeah. So my like for backstory, my parents met in church. They were in the youth group together. You know, so all my life I've just have this indoctrinated Catholicism in me. And which kind of led to the fear of coming out because as with any Latino family, or I'm just gonna say like I'm Mexican, with any Mexican upbringing, it's just something that you don't talk about, and it's something that's just kind of kept quiet. You know, a lot of people say in Spanish, lo que se mira no se habla. You know, that's a big saying, which loosely translates to what you see, you don't talk about.
Yeah, or like what you can tell doesn't necessarily need to be seen.
And you know, it's kind of funny because as I've grown older, I've come out to more people in my family. I know people are like, what do you mean you're still coming out? And that's kind of the thing about being gay is that you're always coming out, you know? It's never a nonstop story. Like one of the things that I do stop people from saying is like, oh, this is my gay friend. Like that was really popular for a couple of years. Like, oh, this is my gay friend, Victor. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm a lot of things, but I identify with other things too. You know, I'm like, I'm queer, I'm indigenous, I'm an artist. Like there's different levels of my identity. But I also grew up in Dallas, Texas, in Oak Cliff.
Get that shit understood, yeah.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But Oak Cliff, back in the day was a little bit, it was a little rougher. Like now, you know, thanks to gentrification.
Now it's the new Brooklyn.
Yeah, the streets are nicer. We've got street signs, paved roads. It's getting better.
We gotta pay taxes now.
Yeah, now we got higher taxes. But for the most part, Oak Cliff has learned. I think, which is kind of funny because I feel like Oak Cliff has learned with me, as opposed to me learning from Oak Cliff. Because Oak Cliff, I mean, growing up, I would always get made fun of course, with the name Victor. You get Victoria, you get Vicky. I got Posh Spice all the time because that's when Spice Girls were in. So people would always make fun of me for being overly feminine, which is something that is kind of funny because even in gay culture being over femme or feminized is still unattractive to gay people. And I laugh because sometimes gay men are the most homophobic people out there. Trigger warning. But gay men are sometimes the most homophobic people, you know, especially when it comes down to trans people, when it comes to people of color, when it comes to overly feminine men, when it comes to plus size men, when it comes to Asian men. There is a stereotype of what homosexuality looks like, and often it's very Eurocentric. It's very pretty in the face, chiseled body, Michelangelo's David type of situation, and that's what's gay. But in reality, there's such a story to what being gay is, and it's something that I think now gay men have learned from. Partly because I'm gonna say this, like for example, you know, a lot of people say yes, right? You hear everybody saying yes, and that's an appropriated term. Or when Cardi B tried to trademark "occur," like that's an appropriated term. That's gay culture brought to you by queens, and when I say queens, I mean gay men of color. Gay men of color started most of those terminology and that slang, and they were the ones who kind of influenced pop culture in that manner. But no one really wants.
I'm glad you kind of like, I guess, made a definition for the queen, because when you said queen, I immediately thought drag queen.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's very femme pronouns: queen, she, her. I don't identify with those pronouns, but as a gay man, we do use them a lot when we're talking about other gay men.
yeah.
Which is something funny because I myself was always so, I don't want to say transphobic because I wasn't scared of trans people, but I didn't have an understanding of what trans was. And so for a long time, I did judge people who were in transition because I wasn't aware, you know? And so I started learning about gay culture. And that's one of the things that you just get, like pop culture's definition of gay culture as a youngin. You know, like I would, for example, tell you, like my first exposures to gay culture were like Hercules, Kevin Sorbo, you know, the show. He would walk around with his, you know, watch Hercules? Oh my God.
The only Hercules? No, I don't know Hercules. Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, I
with
know
Kevin
how
Sorbo
Hercules, and I've seen.
and Xena, Warrior Princess.
Oh, Xena, I know Xena.
Yeah, of course you know Xena.
Of course. I'm
Homophobe.
not. But I don't. When I was gonna say I know Hercules, but I was thinking Arnold Schwarzenegger as a
Mr. Freeze?
no, Conan. I was thinking of Conan the
Oh,
Barbarian
Conan the Barbarian.
when you said Hercules. So then I was like, I know Hercules, but I don't think I ever watched
Yeah.
the show.
Well, Kevin Sorbo used to be in a show about where he played Hercules, and he would go on adventures with his little sidekick. And it was the most homoerotic thing in the world. But those, you know, and then back in my day, we would go to over here was like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, and they had like a little section of like gay videos, and I would just like secretly like try to like look past that area and just like,
How did I get on this aisle?
yeah, oh my God, what is this? Yeah, but I'm gonna rent this one.
That looks good. I don't know what this.
But you know, honestly, I would wait so long that my mom would get so like, she would get desperate. Like she's like, all right, we gotta go, like wrap it up, that she wouldn't see what I was renting. And so I would just get videos. And that was like my early exposure to gay culture. And so that's kind of where I learned gay culture. And then I learned as I kept going, you know. I think that's just kind of how everybody goes. But I think it's
Do you think did you already when you're saying you're learning, like you haven't yet identified as I'm gay, or you already did?
Oh no, I've identified. Yes,
Okay.
I am a gay. Yeah, and I don't even know if I use the word gay as much as I use the word queer.
Oh, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. You have always, and you still do. Whenever you say it, you shock me, and I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's because obviously, I even feel uncomfortable saying it right now. I'm not going to say it on the podcast. But
You can say it.
all right, and then everything just shuts up.
Yeah, just like shut down.
But because like we were taught from the beginning, gay is appropriate, and anything else is an ugly
Yeah,
term.
a slur.
a slur term, like to anybody.
And it was, for the most part, for many years, the word queer was a kind of a slur or an attack on gay culture. But as politics and gender identity and that has progressed and kind of revealed itself to what it is now, we use queer as more of a radical term, like the queer people, queer politics, because it just makes it more of an identifying statement. To me, at least.
I can get it. I mean, yeah, especially like I can see the empowerment of it, especially because, like, gay to me has also meant, like, before I even knew the word lesbian, I was like, oh, that's a gay man and that's a gay woman. And that's how I first was exposed to the word. Not at first exposed to the word. I was completely exposed to the word. But I'm saying as an identifier, as a gay man, a gay woman. And then I was like, oh, there's the word lesbian. I was like, oh, that's a word. And that's an identifier now. Okay, cool. There's a switch there. But then everything else was a slur term, like that you shouldn't say.
Yeah. And it was because for it's funny because gay culture has existed for many of a millennia. The ancient civilizations had gay culture. And it's just Western ideology that gives us the definition of what sexuality is. Sexuality in Western culture is man, women. It's very, I know I'm going to use this word a lot. It's very Eurocentric ideology. It's very Christian-based ideology. And I think that's where it comes from, that we are kind of indoctrinated with gender norms. And we're not given the opportunity to even express, I know we've had this conversation before, but I always say, the decolonization of the mind is the most important part, because our indigenous culture is provided that path to sexuality. Indigenous culture was very homo.
All right, 2H2Fers, this is where we're going to take a pause for part 1. Remember, part 2 usually comes on Thursday. I think we might do a part 3.
Maybe.
Just stick around. Hey, subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow us if you're on a podcast platform. Hey, but with that said, we're going too hard, too fast with Victor. We just talked about him. I can't even say it. I was going to say gay experience, but that sounds kind of like...
His gay old time, like it says in the Flintstone. His gay old time.
Yeah. Anyways, he's been open with us, and he's only going to open up even more. There's so much to unpack.
Gotta come out of the closet.
He's been out, Worm. Hey, you would have known if you would have shown up early enough.
Oh, shit. I didn't know, bro. I'm sorry.
But with that said, stick around. Worm, what are you going to say?
Podcast ain't without me.
I think we did a good job.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we do miss you, Worm. We like you around. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, remember, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Victor, what do you want to say before we go?
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a fun time. Hey, that camping trip soon.
Good. And also, I like that you sound like you have a party girl voice. Like you've been partying this whole night.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! With that said, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Bye. Part 2, part 3, we'll see. Stick around.
Está loco.